Hello, everyone,
Hello.
and welcome to the nasty read through. Big girls being gross, mean, and sexy. I'm Amy.
And I'm Rio. And with us today, we have the lovely Kirsty McMacken, who's doing it.
Hello.
Doing our stage direction.
Hello. I do read.
Thank you very much for agreeing to do this. Some trigger warnings before we start. The scene has mentions of eating disorders, self-harm, sexual references, and strong language, which some listeners and viewers may find upsetting or offensive. So if you're not comfortable with any of those, then you can exit now. And if you are comfortable with those, then you can remain.
And if you feel uncomfortable at any point, won't hold it against you if you feel the need to exit.
Yes. Thank you very much for those who have joined us. Are we ready? Shall we begin?
Yeah, let's go.
Do it.
Nasty. Big girls being gross, mean, and sexy. Scene 1. Lights up. The stage looks like a bathroom. There is a toilet, a sink, and a bathtub. There are also 2 chairs equidistant from the centre point of the stage. Standing near, there is also a table laden with food and confectionery. Scattered around the stage, there is even more food hidden and disguised into the set. For example, baked beans in the sink, a toothbrush holder filled with rice pudding and 2 toothbrushes, the bathtub filled with mashed potato and spaghetti. Gravy fills the pockets of clothes, along with custard-filled ornaments, cereal boxes filled with chunky soup and semolina, etc. There is also a small laundry bin that contains props and costumes. The song Pony by Genuine begins to play. Amy and Rio enter, dancing provocatively and making lewd movements. As the song progresses, they begin to perform more and more gross actions. For example, smelling armpits, picking noses, pulling out wedgies, etc. They look exhausted.
Oh, nah, can we stop? Because I'm actually getting really bad chafe.
Yeah, I've got this killer ingrown hair, like, right on my pant line.
Oh.
Hi.
I'm Rio.
And I'm Amy.
And this is Nasty.
Big girls being gross, mean, and sexy.
We're going to be taking you on a journey and picking apart exactly what it is that makes us nasty.
Nasty, mean, gross, unpleasant, disgusting, distasteful, nauseating, filthy, dirty, grim,
I know some of you are
spiteful, unsanitary, horrible, rank, bad.
You finished?
Amy thinks for a moment.
Shitheads. Yep, go on.
I know that some of you are probably thinking, big girls? Well, they're not that big.
Well, first of all, you tell that to my belt loops, honey. And second of all, you might not be able to see it from the audience, but we are both 6 feet tall.
6 feet?
And third of all, no, we are not as big as some others, but we are big nonetheless. Look at all this juice.
A short snippet of the song Bootylicious by Destiny's Child plays as she preens and jiggles her body about.
And my body's so bootylicious for you, babe.
And anyway,
it's not a competition.
Amy and I have always been the bigger girls in our group of friends, and we've always really felt that. Sometimes we've been made to feel that way.
Because you do feel it. It's how we feel now, and it's how we felt since we were prepubescent. So get into it, babes.
They decide to start the performance proper.
Should we?
Yeah,
do you think we should?
Let's just get on with it.
Yeah? Okay. If I were to describe myself in 3 words, they would be...
No, wait. Oh, Ro, do you know what? Rio, do you know what would be fun?
Go on.
I'll do your words.
And you do mine.
Yeah. No. You do mine.
I'll do yours.
Yeah.
Silence. Amy is waiting for Rio to start. Rio is staring at her blankly.
Go.
Oh, okay. Okay, 3 words. Beautiful. bubbly,
Thank you.
and bambling.
Bambling?
Yeah, got the alliteration in there.
Do you mean bumbling?
No, bambling.
That's not a word.
You're dittery.
That's also
Dittery.
not a word.
Oh, clumsy then. You're clumsy.
Thanks.
Rio gives her a look.
Yeah. You'll go. Nope.
No,
my go.
it's your go.
Okay. Friendly.
Oh, sexual. I should have said you were sexual.
Yeah, but I'm doing you now. But thanks. Okay, friendly, lovely,
Oh.
and long.
They look at each other.
Friendly and lovely are basically the same thing.
You don't have anything to say about the fact that I just called you long.
I am long. Like a long length mirror.
Okay.
So, I was thinking the other day
Oh, off she goes.
that we, as women, we don't really think about how much we overshare when it comes to sex because we talk about it all the time, don't we?
Yeah, we do, to be fair. Oh, are you telling them the Dan story?
Yeah. So, like, guys think that girls' sleepovers involve, like, running around in our little knickers and pillow fights and practicing kissing and painting each other's toenails and stuff, but not really.
Well, not all at the same time.
Oh, shut up. And we think, I mean, they think we think about them.
We do.
Yeah, we do, but not how they might imagine. We assess
Ah, the 4 S's.
speed, strength, stamina, and size.
We might as well be making graphs.
Amy holds a large piece of paper aloft. It is a graph measuring all the aforementioned variables.
It's perverse, really, but you saw the title of the play, so...
Yeah, it's your own fault for coming. I see you.
Anyway, what was I saying?
She always does this. You've been warned.
Rio is still struggling.
What was I saying?
The Dan thing?
Oh, right. Okay, so we were at our friend's kitchen just catching up on life, and we hadn't seen each other in months. And we were chatting about all of our exploits, and we slowly realised that our flatmate's friend, Dan, he was in the corner, and as the conversation went on, he looked more and more, well, it was sort of this face.
Rio points at Amy, who is doing the face.
Which we thought was odd because we weren't even talking about anything that weird. We were like, Dan, are you all right, mate? And he said,
I thought girls were like all delicate, like flowers and that. I didn't realise they talked about like orgies.
he was gobsmacked by what we considered to be chit-chat.
We're really not
What?
delicate flowers.
Yeah, we're just people, and people are pretty gross.
But just to clarify, this play isn't just about sex.
Sorry to disappoint.
It's about our bodies and what they've been through, which, yes, some of it is sex, but not all of it. It's not all kinky shit like spitting on people and sucking toes.
Although you have done that.
Can you not? It's about how nasty we really are.
The phone call.
Rio is on the phone. She is standing at the sink washing up with the phone held between her shoulder and her ear.
Yeah. No. I don't know when I'm coming home next. Hang on, say that again?
It was a typical Wednesday evening. Summertime. Rio was in the kitchen.
No, I can't hear you because the tap's running. What am I doing? I'm washing up. Yeah, I've just had dinner. I had curry.
It was a poor choice.
It was a curry with spinach and chickpea. It was lush.
I prefer a paneer tikka myself.
Oh, yes, I'm still vegetarian. Oh.
Rio is visibly uncomfortable.
No, yeah, I'm fine. Carry on.
Over the course of this section, Rio's discomfort intensifies.
Yeah. Okay. So she never called you back? Oh, you did it at dinner? Oh, well, of course anyone would be petrified if you took your teeth out at dinner. It's just weird. Yeah, it's funny, Dad, but it's weird. Oh.
It was at this moment Rio realised she really needed a shit.
Oh, yeah. No, nothing, Dad. I'm just going upstairs. Why? No, I'm just going to my room.
She wasn't.
Rio is sitting on the toilet, phone in her hand.
Yeah, no, you're right. I'm having a wee. Sorry, I couldn't hold it.
Rio's eyes widen in horror. She looks down into her knickers, open-mouthed.
Wait, this is how G, Rio's housemate, tells this bit of the story. So she was just minding her own business in her room, and she suddenly hears Rio go,
"Oh my God, Dad, I'm going to have to call you back."
So she rushes around the corner, and what she describes seeing is Rio sat on the toilet, and there is just this full-on lump of shit in her knickers.
It was so big.
Rio gets off the toilet.
You really are gross.
All I'm going to say is that when nature calls, you do not put her on hold.
I can't believe you shut yourself.
Yeah, well, we've all shut ourselves at some point.
You were 21 years old.
Yeah, well, at least I don't blow my snot out in the shower.
That's not that bad.
Well, yeah. What about the time that you wanked off in the student centre toilets?
And where did I get that idea from?
Rio looks sheepish.
At least I've never shoved a garlic clove up my vagina and lost it.
I had a yeast infection. It's very, very common.
Somewhere just swimming around inside of you, there's this garlic clove.
Got it out.
Oh, right.
I thought that God was preparing me for a life of lesbian activities, but I'm pretty sure my salad fingers were purely intended for that specific moment.
That's not what I use them for.
Oi, don't you start. Oh, you want to talk about that, do you? Do you want to hear what this filthy bint has been up to?
No, you first.
No.
I'm going to do it.
No. Don't do it.
The Blackberry Curve. Amy was 14 years old.
Hi.
Amy picks up a BlackBerry smartphone and begins typing. She is far more interested in the phone than anything else.
She went to an all-girls private school.
The mitochondria is the powerhouse of the cell.
She's a bit of an arse.
So my mum won't give me £20 for a pair of Dactyl socks to wear to lacrosse practice. She's such a fucking bitch.
Well, more than a bit. Amy, what are you up to?
I'm on BBM.
BlackBerry Messenger, for those who don't remember. Your phone is vibrating a lot.
Yeah, Harriet keeps pinging me like bears. So dicks.
Interesting.
They look at the phone.
Amy had discovered masturbation. When was it?
About a year ago, yeah. But I can't tell any of my friends. They'll think I'm like disgusting and ratchet and stuff.
But she'd never really experimented. And there was this feature where you could message yourself.
So I just pinged myself like 37 times and
They look at the phone, and then each other, and then at Amy's crotch. Amy lowers the phone to her crotch.
So you get the picture.
She turns to Amy, who is her current normal self.
See, you're just as nasty as I am.
You've done it now. Just you wait.
I'm waiting.
Okay. The National Express.
Basically, I wanked myself off.
To completion.
On a National Express coach.
In her seat.
At least it wasn't a megabus.
Scene 2. The song Call on Me by Eric Prydz begins to play. Amy and Rio begin to dress themselves in leg warmers, gym headbands, etc. Amy is gently laughing to herself. Rio seems a little bit annoyed with what has just been said. They begin to stretch and warm themselves up as the song continues. They then burst out into a choreographed exercise dance number. After a few moves, Amy is exhausted and starts looking around for a snack. Rio sees this but continues to dance. Amy finds a chocolate bar. As she opens it and is about to take a bite, Rio snatches it off her. The music fades out.
Hey, Ree, that's mine.
Oh, this is my favourite.
Amy comes towards Rio to take it back, but Rio shoves it all in her mouth. Amy sighs and rolls her eyes. Over the course of the following conversation, they remove their workout gear. Rio forgets to take off her headband. Rio, with her mouth full.
Food to me is like soft porn. I love it. If I know I have something exciting to eat in the morning, I will sleep better because I want to wake upstairs and fill my body with what's downstairs in the cupboards. I check the menu before going to a restaurant so I know what I'm having. I love excessive amounts of butter on my toast. I love having too many sugars in my tea. I love eating a big packet of crisps all to myself. I love eating people's leftovers. I love forcing myself to eat, even if I'm not hungry. I like how heavy and full I feel after eating a roast and having to pop open the top button of my trousers. I love potatoes in every single form.
Mash, chips, wedges, waffles, skinny fries, croquettes, even jackets.
Oh, I just love food. But when I was younger, it was like I was shamed for liking and wanting to eat. Ames, are you more of a sweet or a savoury person?
I don't know. I can destroy a packet of biscuits in one setting, but my heart truly lies with...
She clutches her heart and takes a deep breath, as if recalling the face of a long-lost lover.
salmon. So I'd say probably savoury. Yeah, you?
Oh, I've got the biggest sweet tooth going, as you could probably tell. I love anything sweet and sugary, anything that gives me like a short electric buzz once I've eaten it. Fills me with energy and misery.
Oh, like strawberry laces, donuts, a waffle from Casper's. Ooh, a slice of that red velvet cake from the cafe.
Oh, God, stop! I'm getting all hot and bothered.
Hang on, what did you say?
I said I'm getting all hot and bothered.
Yeah, probably. I mean, you've still got your bloody headband on.
Rio realises and removes it hurriedly.
No, you said it gives you misery, didn't you?
Yeah, misery, shame, guilt, whatever you want to call it. I've always had a bit of a podge on me. My mum always used to say,
Don't worry, darling. That'll disappear once you start your period. It's just puppy fat. You really wanted to start your period, didn't you?
yeah, I did, because I thought that once blood started seeping from my vagina, then my whole body would turn perfect overnight.
As most of you know, it does not happen like that.
And well, it didn't. When I started my period, nothing changed. My puppy fat didn't disappear. It was all there.
Rio grabs her stomach.
And I still had all of this when I went to my mate's birthday party.
Amy and Rio look at each other.
The donut story. So, it was Alex's birthday and he invited a bunch of us down to the beach for a barbecue. There was a few of us there.
As Rio reads them out, Amy does a pose and movement to represent them.
Alex, the birthday boy, he had spiky hair. Abby, the fit one that all of the boys fancied. Kieran, the it guy who had muscles, the charm, everything. And Katie, my best mate.
Amy and Rio bump butts enthusiastically.
So the beach is my absolute favourite place to be.
Sun, sea, sand.
From the props bin, Amy grabs a bottle labelled sea spray and sprays it. They both stand and sniff in joy.
But when you're going through puberty and there's boys
and girls,
yeah, it's not the place you want to be. My body was nowhere near beach ready.
But she came prepared.
I came prepared.
Amy grabs a pair of shorts and holds them up.
She was wearing a pair of swimming shorts that Katie had given her that were unfortunately 2 sizes too small because she couldn't find her bikini bottoms.
Basically, I hadn't shaved and I didn't want anyone pointing out my pubes, and I couldn't find a matching bikini.
Rio puts on the shorts.
Because the shorts were too small, my belly was like flopping over the top of them, and I thought that it would be a good idea to pair it with a top that said Beach Babe.
Rio puts on a small top that says Beach Babe on it, written in permanent marker.
Oh, I felt awful. There were all these girls with perfect bodies oozing confidence, and there was me, little chubby braced-faced me, looking like I got dressed in the dark. I barely moved for the whole day. I braved it for about probably 5 minutes and took my top off, but whenever I got up, I wore a towel around me.
As Rio removes the top, Amy runs over with a beach towel to cover her.
Then the food started cooking and I instantly felt more relaxed. And then Kieran yells,
Rio points to Amy and she does the same introduction pose again.
Last one in the sea gets dunked!
or maybe it could have been...
Last one in the sea sucks!
Anyway, for some reason, we were all running towards the sea and I didn't want to be dunked or be a loser, so I'm running. And as I'm running, I realise I'm not wearing my top and you can see all of my overflowed flesh falling out. We reached the sea and instead of yelling at whoever came last, I can see all the boys sneering at my body.
Amy mimics what the boys did, blowing out her cheeks, pushing her belly out, laughing, etc.
The sad thing is they thought they were being discreet about it. Anyway, I ignored it the best I could. And as we were walking back up to eat, Katie squeezed my hand and she said,
"You all right?"
Rio embarrassedly puts her Beach Babe top back on.
Yeah. So we reached our stuff. I put my top back on and sat there quietly. But then I got distracted by the charcoal smell of barbecue food and I could see all of this glorious food in front of me. Burgers.
Sausages.
Donuts.
Crisps. Plastic cheese.
Oh, so I helped myself to a burger and some crisps. It was delicious and I wanted another one. But when I looked around, I could see that most of the girls hadn't even finished their first, and they were saying things like,
"Oh my God, I'm so full. I could not eat another thing. Oh, I feel so sick. So full. I've eaten way too much."
I was like, Jesus Christ, you've had one burger. One. So I leant over and I grabbed a donut. If you take anything away from this, is that I'm obsessed with donuts.
You once ate a 12-packet tray of donuts from Tesco, didn't you?
Yeah, I did.
Oh, and do you remember that time I was really intoxicated and I ate one of your donuts? Maybe it was 2. You were not happy about that.
Yeah, I wasn't. Anyway, everyone had a donut and there was 2 left in the tray.
Amy brings on 2 iced donuts and presents them as if she is a QVC salesperson. She places them delicately on the stage.
I so desperately wanted another one. But then I looked down at my now covered stomach and I remember feeling not right. My body was so different from all the bodies there. I felt so out of place. I was so wound up with myself and not looking perfect. And I could hear everyone else having fun and flirting along the beach. They were all so confident and happy. And I just felt rotten and rank and embarrassed.
Amy makes flirty noises and laughs and does something funny.
No, stop, don't undo my bikini top. No, stop, don't.
A single tear rolled down my face. So I ate a donut to make myself feel better.
Rio takes a bite from the donut.
Thanks for a great day, Alex. It's been the best.
It really wasn't. But thankfully, the day came to an end. Katie's mum dropped me off home. I got in, ate some food from the fridge, and then got in my dressing gown, about to jump in the shower. when I saw that I'd been tagged in a post on Facebook, it was a picture of me in a bikini top. On Facebook, I froze. I was fixated. I didn't want to look away, but I could not stop looking. I didn't belong in a bikini. My body was repulsive. Of course they took the piss.
Amy comes over to Rio at some point while she is talking through what happened next to comfort her by gently rubbing her back, holding her hair, etc.
Next, I put my phone down. I turned on the cold tap and I looked at myself in the mirror. I placed 2 fingers in cold running water. I lifted the toilet seat up. I knelt down and I was crying, and I knelt down and oh God, I hate this. I hate myself. So I knelt down and I put my head in the toilet. And
it's okay.
Rio is struggling.
I'm doing it again. Where was I?
You put your head in.
And that was the first time I did it.
They are both on the floor, hugging each other. Scene 3. They sit there for a moment hugging. Suddenly the song Lush Life by Zara Larsson begins to play. Amy and Rio look at each other in excitement. They both jump up and start to dance and then overexcitedly yell,
"The toilet story!"
During freshers in my first year of uni, me and my new flatmates were playing a classic game of Never Have I Ever.
Never have I ever had sex.
And somewhere along the line, it turned into telling stories of us being really drunk. I think my contribution to the conversation was, so, in year 9, I got paralytic drunk at my party. I drank this whole fishbowl to myself, and I passed out on a bench, and my sister was like to her friend, "Oi, Wes, you need to come and take her to bed." So, like, Wes threw me over his shoulder and to take me to his room, and as soon as he picked me up, I, like, projectile vomited down his back, like projectile. It went everywhere, all over the bench, the floor.
Oh, that is minging.
Everyone thought this was awful and funny, and then it was Becky's turn.
Rio points to Amy.
This is Becky.
So, when I went to Reading Festival last year, I was like really drunk, like probably the drunkest I have ever been in my life. And I needed a poo. So I pissed and shat in a box.
No, you didn't.
And then threw it into a crowd of people.
That's disgusting.
I went to Reading last year and had shit thrown on me.
Might have been Becky's. Anyway, I began to sweat and got really uncomfortable, and not because like stuff like that grosses me out or anything, but because I knew exactly where this conversation was heading. So let's rewind.
Amy and Rio make funny rewinding noises and walk backwards, or something that makes it look like time is passing.
Earlier that day, 4:23 p.m. Rio is in her bedroom.
I desperately need a shit.
It's her 4th year of living in the accommodation.
I'm a little bit nervous about pooping in a flat full of 16 strangers, but it's got to that It's got to that point that I either poo in a toilet or in my pants. So
Rio is making her way to the toilet.
I leave my room, peek my head into the kitchen. Yes, it's empty. I can empty my bowels. And as you can imagine, holding your shit in for a couple of days means that you're quite full. So I did the old cover the water with toilet paper to ensure that no splosh would be heard. It's important to point out that the toilet paper in towers was pretty awful and thin, so you needed a lot more than normal.
Rio mimes undoing her trousers and sits on the toilet, miming going for a poo. She mimes it coming out and hurting quite a bit.
This bad boy was a proper, thick, wet, mushy kind of poo. The kind where, when you look at it, you can see like pieces of sweet corn, despite the fact that you haven't eaten sweet corn in months. And this means that the wiping process goes on forever. Anyway, I was wiping, checking, folding, wiping, checking, folding, new bit, wiping, checking, folding, going again. And then after a lovely clean wipe, it was all over.
Rio does not wipe her asshole correctly. Repeatedly folded used toilet paper can cause breakage, causing the fingers to be in danger of connecting with the anus and fecal matter. Big Brother finds this behaviour inappropriate and weird.
I pulled up my trousers, flushed the toilet, and washed my hands. And as I'm standing there washing my hands, I can still see my poo in the toilet, and it's slowly rising to the top.
Rio begins to panic.
I start to flush the toilet over and over and over again, and the basin of the toilet is about to overflow, and I really don't know what to do. And I tell myself I'm going to have to drop out of uni, and it stinks. And I'm just standing there staring at my now toilet-papered, mashed up sweet corn shit, and
Rio runs away.
I run away.
Rio runs away and returns to her bedroom.
I've just blocked the communal toilet.
A few hours later, Rio's flatmate heads to the toilet. Oh my God, that is vile. Oh my God, it stinks. Oh God, oh look at that. Oh.
So I hear all this commotion going on, and I immediately know what it's about. They have found my shit. I repeat, they have found my shit. So I head to the toilet, and I think it's about time I confess, when suddenly,
Whoever has done that and left it is disgusting.
So I changed my mind, and I think it's best to not confess that it was me, and it smells so bad. It's like, this is like possibly the worst shit that I have ever done. So we all exit and we head to the kitchen to discuss this mystery poo.
It's now 7:14 p.m. Rio and her flatmates are in the kitchen. One of her flatmates enters carrying a letter. It reads, "Do not use this toilet. It's blocked. Have called maintenance. Getting fixed tomorrow."
So we're all discussing whose handwriting it could be, and then,
oh my God, it was Maisie. It was Maisie.
Maisie was this really shy girl who lived with us, and she wasn't much of a talker, and she was so sweet and kind.
It was defo her.
And I knew it wasn't her, and I just decided not to say anything. I just kept saying stuff like, "Oh no, be nice, bless her. She's probably really embarrassed. Like, don't be mean, yeah?" I let some innocent girl take the blame for blocking the toilet with this big stinking shit, instead of just owning up to it, because I was scared of what people would think, and I didn't want them to dislike me. I did, however, tell everyone it was me on the last day of living together, so I did own up to it, eventually.
That's fucking terrible.
Amy and Rio giggle and chatter away about the story as the lights come down. Scene 4. A single spot comes up on Amy. She is clutching her childhood diary.
You know, I used to feel like I was in the wrong body. Never in a gender-themed way. Well, not really. I thought maybe God had meant for me to be a boy because I didn't have my period till like year 10. And I was so cylindrical. I didn't want to be a boy, but I looked like one. A fat one. It was fucking gym lessons. We had to wear leotards and everyone had hips and boobs, and I just had this weird tube-shaped body. And I thought maybe if I had hips, then that'd like stretch my tummy out and then it would be flat. Like when they stretch animal skins over drums or some other better metaphor. I found my diary from when I was 13.
She holds it up to the light.
And I've written a bunch of lists of the food that I'd eaten on different days. I made checklists of things to do before my holiday, and casually sandwiched between shave and buy foundation from Tesco, I've written lose belly. Further in, I weigh the pros and cons of becoming bulimic and say that it's not worth it because no boy will want me if I have mental problems. I write about my desire to be thinner so casually. It's just thrown in there so unceremoniously. Like, I had no idea the weight of what I was saying. It's like, oh, my boobs are too small. Oh, my sister's really annoying. I can lose my stomach if I just skip a few meals, eat less, and throw up when I'm really full. Then I'll be okay. Yeah, that's a direct quote. And oh, bloody hell, thigh gaps. I don't think I understood the black female body. I'm just not built that way. But I blamed myself. I blamed my lack of hips and my big thighs, and I blamed food, and I hated myself for having no control. Because my dad would always point out that gluttony was one of the 7 deadly sins nearly every time he saw me eat anything. And so eating became rebellion, but also secret and shameful and kind of disgusting. I was disgusted with myself, but I loved it. Stealing a pack of iced buns from under the sink. That's where my mum would hide them from me. And just devouring the whole thing. That was my huge go fuck yourself. It was my control in a situation where I had absolutely none. Because my dad could take everything away from me, but he couldn't take the food out of my belly. Sweet, sticky iced buns and biscuits and cupcakes and crisps, and sometimes just margarine and butter mixed together, or hot chocolate powder on a spoon. And
Amy falls to the floor in rapture. The lights come up to reveal Rio nearby, reading a beauty magazine.
Ames, have you ever felt like your body isn't yours? Like you're watching yourself from above?
No? What do you mean?
Well, it's like you're looking at yourself, but with a different pair of eyes.
No, I haven't.
I have, and I always think of a song to get me out of that state, a song called The Sunscreen Song.
Yeah, I know that song.
Yeah, by Baz Luhrmann. And there's this one line in it which says, "Do not read beauty magazines, they will only make you feel ugly."
Rio throws the magazine on the floor.
So I stopped reading them.
Okay, that's good.
You know, when you're in the middle of doing something, just simply going about your day, and you catch your reflection and you get this overwhelming feeling of being fucking gross?
Yeah.
What then?
I don't know.
When I was 14, my answer when I was 14 was to over-exercise, drink as much liquid as I possibly could. And because I'd recently found out that you could survive without eating, I thought that all of my prayers had been answered. I'd work out in front of the mirror to make myself feel sick, looking at all the flesh moving around my body where it shouldn't be, the rolls, the stretch marks, the fact that my thighs fucking touched. It's exhausting not liking yourself. It's exhausting wanting to be someone else. It's exhausting feeling like you don't fit in.
There it is.
I get sad about my weight, and my answer is to sit in bed and eat a whole packet of crisps to myself.
A voice note plays, which is titled Over-Exercising. As it plays, Amy and Rio sit and share a big packet of crisps. They start to get ready for a night out. They both start trying on lots of different clothes, not liking the look of them, and changing. They start putting on makeup, maybe doing their own, maybe doing each other's. As it gets towards the end of the voice note, they start to aggressively poke and prod at their bodies, completely emotionless. They each find a pair of scissors and look as if they're about to cut off a body part, a stomach, a boob. They then quickly look at each other and snap out of it.
That is the end of our read-through. That's just halfway through the play. There's still plenty more exciting stuff to happen, but we're going to stop there.
Yes, thank you, Kirsty.
Thank you, Kirsty.
For doing a lovely job.
Thank you.
We hope you guys enjoyed it. Thank you for watching it if you have or are. We do have some feedback sheets that will be at the bottom in the comment section.
Links in the description.
Yeah.
We'll bang some information in there on how you can give us feedback. Please do. We really value anything that you have to say, especially constructive criticism. So please just throw whatever you want out there. And don't forget to follow us on Instagram, which is nastygirls_x. I'll link everything in the description below. But we have
some exciting news to announce soon. So yeah, definitely make sure you follow us. Thank you very much. Thank you, Kirsty. Thank you, Amy.
Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you.
Thank you. Goodbye.
Bye.